Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Andrew.
And welcome to
Cooking Stage Left,
the show where we teach you how to make something delicious. So what are we making this episode, Andrew?
Well, we are making another riff on pizza, which we
Great.
do a lot, but
Yeah.
this one is a huge departure. We are making Pizza Fritte, or fried pizza,
Ooh.
or Zeppole.
Excellent.
It's basically an Italian donut. We're going to take pizza dough, deep fry it,
Okay.
and then put donut toppings on it.
Great.
And then we're going to eat that forever. So Zeppole, fried pizza,
Great.
Pizza Fritte.
Pizza Fritte.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Curtains up, burners on. Okay, so we're getting ready to make our Zeppole or Pizza Fritte or fried pizza dough.
Yeah.
And my father used to make this early in the mornings for Sunday breakfast. And this is actually kind of like an Italian breakfast. Italians will do sweet things with breakfast with good strong coffee. So
Sure.
a donut like this is a perfect breakfast.
Perfect.
The ingredients are really simple. It's pizza dough and then some oil. We'll go over all the stuff that we have here. So we have our regular pizza dough that we've made a couple times before. I did make the overnight dough.
Great.
I made it slightly differently. So the ingredients, again, just basically this time are 4 cups of all-purpose flour.
Okay.
About a half a teaspoon of instant yeast, the instant kind. Half a teaspoon of salt. And this time I put in about 2 teaspoons of honey. Because I wanted to just have it's not going to taste sweet on its own, but it's going to take the edge of the yeast off, so it definitely won't taste bready. And then about 2 cups of water. And you just stir that all together. You let it sit for about 18 to 24 hours, and you get a really nice yeasty dough. I've punched this down about 2 or 3 times, and it keeps bubbling up. It's really, poofy. We're going to make poofy donuts. I've got some flour here just to flour our hands, because we're going to have to make little donuts.
Sure.
I've got a sheet with some paper towels on it, because we're going to drain them because we're doing some frying. And then we've got about 1 inch of canola oil in a big pot. We're frying, so you want a tall pot. If you have a frying mechanism, then obviously use that.
Right.
But we've got a big pot because it's going to splatter a little bit. So about 1 inch of oil in there.
Okay.
And it's coming up to temperature. I think it's almost ready. There's a couple ways. You can, of course, put a thermometer in there if you have the right kind of thermometer.
Yeah.
Candy thermometer. You want it around like 350 to 375.
Perfect.
You can also just test with a plain chopstick. So you get a plain chopstick and just put it in the oil. See how there's some bubbles there?
Yeah.
So there's little bubbles? Okay, that's hot enough. Okay? That's what we want for frying.
That's so cool.
It's frying the chopstick. Okay?
Yeah.
Another way you can do it, this is how my dad used to do it. You take a little bit of your dough. You just take a little tiny donut, and you just put the dough in there.
Okay.
And make a little one. Make sure it's not going to stick to your fingers.
Right.
And plop it in, and it should start to fry almost right away.
Yep.
So see how it's bubbling around it, and it's already coming up a little bit.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, so that we know that our dough is hot.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're ready to fry.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So
Should we take that out?
I'm gonna take that out so we don't get burnt little guy in there.
Okay.
But again, it started to fry.
Sure.
All right, so flour up your fingers a little bit.
Okay.
And you want just a little tiny bit. Think maybe what would be about 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
A little less than a 1/4 cup.
All right. What size? What size? Like a golf ball size?
Yeah,
kind of?
let's say golf ball. Say golf ball. We're gonna do mini ones. You can do them bigger if you want, but we're gonna do some mini donuts. And you just sort of want to pop it around so it's not gonna stick. And you want to then begin to flatten it out.
Okay.
And the way that I'm doing that is really just letting it, again, like we did our pizza dough in the very, very, very first episode. Check that out. You just basically have it in your fingers lightly and let it sort of hang on to itself. Because these are going to poof.
Okay.
Okay, so you want them to be thin, and then we'll have a nice shaped donut. Zeppole. And again, we always called it Pizza Fritte in my family.
Okay.
And I didn't even know that word was basically, fried in Italian. So I was like, what is that word? Like Pizza Fritte. I thought it was something sort of special or fancy, and it is.
Well, it is, yeah.
So we're gonna fry these up.
Okay.
And then we're gonna put all sorts of delicious toppings on them. I think mine's almost ready to go.
Okay.
And you just get yourself kind of close to the oil there.
Okay.
As flat as you can. Drop it in.
Okay. This might be a little thick, but we'll see.
That's fine, yeah.
Nice.
And
Okay, you can hear it.
yeah, you can hear it sizzling. I'm gonna prepare one more there.
Okay.
Or if you want to grab one.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and grab. Don't crowd your pan too much. This is kind of like a fun activity, so don't worry about like getting it all out of the way really quickly.
Sure.
And these hold pretty well too.
Okay.
They're really delicious, hot and warm. You'll see how that plays really nicely with the toppings that we're going to do and all. But they'll hold pretty well for a day or so. The nice thing is because they're kind of just like dough, you can reheat them in the oven and stuff when you need to. But you can see those ones are hoofing up nicely already.
Oh, they really are.
Yeah.
Getting a little sticky.
Yeah, I know. This dough is a little moist, but it's working out just fine. Yeah.
It's totally fine.
And again, if your dough is really wet, you just sort of like turn it in on itself.
Yeah.
Like you turn it in on itself, and eventually a smoothie side will come out. Let it be flat. I'm gonna ploop another one in.
Okay.
And these are also, I'm gonna tell you, they're kind of like the first pancake thing. That the first ones will not fry and brown as quickly and nicely as your second round or so.
Okay.
So this first round is it's gonna take a while to get them brown, and then once we start going, they're gonna go really quickly.
Really quickly.
Yeah. So we'll show you sort of like what the first ones are gonna sort of end up looking like, and then we will just zoom through them.
Nice.
Yeah. And they'll probably take just about 5 minutes total.
So your dad used to make these on the weekend?
Yep. He would get up and make fresh pasta, and then he would make some pizza dough. And by the time everybody else got up, because he would wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, by the time everybody else got up, he'd be making fresh pizza fritte.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Here's another thing about frying foods in general too. They always sort of like look a little paler in the oil than they actually are when they come out. Sometimes you'll pull it out. Sometimes you'll pull it out. If you wait for something to get really, really, really golden brown, sometimes it's gonna be a little too brown on the outside. I'm gonna pull those out, give them a little shake, and then put them on our. You hear the hot oil escaping them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so there's our first round.
Okay, great.
We're gonna dive in and make a few more and see, we'll just keep frying.
Great.
And then we will show you at the end what we come up with. And then we're gonna put all sorts of fun toppings on them.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so we have fried up an entire pile of Zeppole.
Look at that.
Italian donuts.
Gorgeous.
Delicious.
Uh-huh.
And now we've got an assortment of toppings here. We have plenty of toppings and we'll pick them all out, but I'm also just gonna do this because it's gonna be beautiful. I've got some powdered sugar here, and I use a little T-ball. Like this.
It's so brilliant.
And I just sort of like
dust
it with some powdered sugar.
Sure.
Oh, look how beautiful,
Yummy.
right?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. My mouth is watering already.
I know, seriously.
So even if you put whatever else you want to put on these, this is just brilliant in itself.
Yep.
And when they come out super hot, if you do this when they're super hot, it will just sort of like melt and make like a caramelized layer on the top.
Nice.
So you can start with that.
Okay.
Right?
Great.
Ooh, gorgeous, right? And now we have an assortment of things.
Mm-hmm.
I used to, when I was a kid, I would just like butter and sugar on mine.
Sure.
Yeah. I made some cinnamon sugar here for my co-host because I know that's her favorite thing.
Yeah, it totally
There's
is.
some honey here. There's some jelly.
Nice.
There's no wrong answers here.
No.
Basically, you know, so you just take a little Zeppole.
Okay.
Right, and I'm gonna. You can roll yours in some sugar, cinnamon sugar if you want.
Yep.
I'm gonna do my old favorite here and just.
Nice.
Again, when I would eat it for breakfast as a kid, I would just dollop it with butter like that, and then put some regular granulated sugar right on top. There's a nice hearty turbindo sugar there.
I opened mine up a little bit.
Oh, just go ahead and you can just drop it right in there. Yeah,
Okay, great.
nobody else here. There you go. Cheers. Butter going right down my chin there.
Wow. It's so good.
It's like a chewy fried delicious donut. I'm gonna rebutter mine.
Yep, that makes sense.
Doesn't matter. This is my house.
It's my house. It's fine. I'm just gonna put it right in there.
Do it.
Really good. It's like super delicious. It's amazing how warm it is inside still.
Yep.
You know?
We've been cooking these for a while in the cut. And it's just, again, it's a chewy, filling donut.
I'm gonna try some of the jam.
Yeah.
It's like a raspberry jam?
Yep.
Nice. Awesome. Okay.
Even just, again, the texture and the consistency that you get from frying the donut dough, or the pizza dough.
Oh, like the jam.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's so good. It's nice because it's got like the donut itself is very like savory, right? And so then it's nice to add that kind of sugar or something sweet on top of it. Like I think that combination works really, really well.
Yum. There's some jam. It's my version of a filled donut. Even with the light sprinkling of the powdered sugar.
Yep. Just that by itself is delicious.
It's a nice jelly too. It's not too sweet. Very tart.
It's a winner.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. There you go. Zeppole, Pizza Fritte, fried pizza dough. Impress your friends. Have it for breakfast. Have it for a dessert.
I think this would be a great dessert. I think this is like a fantastic idea for a dessert, honestly.
Or just carry one around in your pocket. So good.
For snacking.
Yeah. Pocket Zeppole.
Pocket Zeppole. Oh, I really hope we're out somewhere one time and you just like pull out a Zeppole. I really hope that happens.
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. I will do that for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate that. I really do.
Okay. Once again, I'm Andrew.
I'm Megan.
And this has been
Cooking Stage Left. Yeah. I'm going to go in for another one.
So good.
So good it made you into a pirate.
Arr.